What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to be part 2 of my garage makeover, and in part 2 I'm going to be working on getting the rest of this corner cleaned up. Previous video you saw me get all the stuff cleared out of this area here. This video I'm going to be putting up my workbench and then getting my shelves mounted on the wall, and also getting this corner over here and this shelving and the freezer moved down and everything like that. So this is just kind of gonna be like a little time-lapse video, and of me putting together this workbench and cleaning this area up. So nothing crazy. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing with everything in order to get the garage area cleaned up. This is the workbench that I purchased. I actually purchased this secondhand from somebody off of Facebook Marketplace. Probably about half of what it is brand new, so I'm actually pretty happy with it. I took it all out of the box the other day and looked at everything, relatively closely, and it looks to be in good shape. The box was never opened. I actually still have the straps and everything like that still on it. So we're gonna get to putting this bench together and getting it put in place, and then we'll be working on getting the cabinets mounted up on the wall. So let's get to it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
All right, got it all put together. Wasn't too difficult. Couple bolts holding the legs on each corner, 2 on each side actually, and then a bunch of screws holding the legs to the bottom of the workbench, and then screws holding these support bars right here, and that one down there, and there's another one in the back. They get held in here, and up underneath the bench there's 5 across the front back that hold the support bars to the underside of the wood. So next part of this project, which is probably going to continue tomorrow because it's getting kind of late for tonight, is going to be getting those cabinets. I have 1, 2, 3 that are going to go up on the wall up there above that workbench. They'll run a little bit longer than the workbench just because of the size of them. They'll probably come down to about where this outlet is on the wall, but all right, so we left off with the workbench setup. I did a little bit more cleaning over here in the corner of the garage, and I got everything moved down kind of where I'm going to keep it. My next step is going to be to put together this cabinet that I bought. It's actually a Husky 36-inch storage cabinet. This is from Home Depot. Just picked it up today. We're going to put it together, and I think we're going to actually move the workbench down a little bit, and we're going to put it down there in that corner. So let's get to putting this cabinet together. All right, so I got the cabinet put up. I was originally going to put it on that end, but changed my mind, put it over here. I think what's going to end up happening, though, is I'm going to end up buying another cabinet and putting it over here on this end, and then moving the freezer down all the way to the end up against the stairs there, and then probably just move this trash can out of the way someplace else. Actually, a recycling can. I just want as much storage as I can. I just kind of want it all to look fluid on this wall. I'm going for a look. I know that sounds crazy, but at this point I feel like I'm dedicated. So I'm gonna buy another cabinet. We're gonna put that up, and then we're gonna figure out what to do with the in-between space. I have the cabinets that I purchased that I was going to put up there, but I think I may actually end up going with some more Home Depot Husky brand cabinets that actually fit that space. They'll fit this 6-foot area perfectly, and then it'll all be one complete wall of cabinets, workbench, and then wall hanging cabinet. So I'm gonna go get the other cabinet and get it put up, and we'll go from there. All right, so I wanted to show you guys that I actually got the other cabinet purchased. Gives me kind of a balanced look to this whole wall here. This cabinet on the right is all of my car wash stuff. Everything from scratches, like buffing equipment and clay bar. The middle shelf here is like my normal day-to-day car wash stuff, and then rags and wash mitts, and then my overflow like extra car wash stuff and a steam cleaner that I had. Bin up there is for dirty towels. That's my portable, like on the go detailing bag. I'm gonna end up putting my pressure washer over here on this side up against the wall here. I wanted this stuff close to the driveway so that I wasn't walking in and out of the entire garage in order to go back and forth with car wash stuff that I'm doing in the driveway. So I wanted this cabinet and all the car wash stuff close to the driveway. Over here, this cabinet isn't really car related stuff as much as it's like all of my other, I guess, non-car related stuff is what I would call it, you know, what class I would put it in is. It's light bulbs and paint and painter's tape and paint brushes and, you know, tools for household work and stuff like that. Circular saw, all that stuff is in this cabinet. So this cabinet's not going to get used a whole lot just because this is stuff that I don't use that often anyways. My next step is going to be to put cabinets up here along this wall. The cabinets that I have bought are actually too big to fit this space between these two cabinets that I have now. So I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to use two of them, and it'll leave some space in between the two of them, and I'll probably run some shelves in between the two of them or put a sign up or something like that. The shelves that are the cabinets that I'm about to put up are these. I bought these a couple months ago, cheap from some guy locally. I like the fact that the front of these are this wood color because they match the top on that table there. But I'm going to paint the outside of these black to match the cabinets and the legs of the table and stuff like that. So all that stuff on that wall will kind of like blend together. So we're going to get the doors off of these and get them taped off where I don't want paint to go, obviously. And we're going to get them painted up black. All right, so I got the cabinets all painted up. They're not the prettiest, but I'm not really concerned about it. I just didn't want the gray. I wanted it to look, you know, everything to look the same on this wall. And the only parts of these that you're really going to see is going to be the insides of these ends of them, because the other ones are going to be covered by cabinets, and the tops of them are going to be up top and you're never going to see them. So I'm going to get them mounted on the wall. I believe I told you guys earlier in this video, a little trick to helping you mount cabinets is to put a 2x4 on the wall like this. I have this screwed into the studs here, and then set the cabinet up on the edge of this 2x4 here, just to give you something so that the cabinet's not sliding up and down the wall while you're trying to put screws in it and mount it. So we're gonna get these cabinets mounted up and get the doors put back on them and pull the painter's tape off and see what everything looks like. All right, so I got the cabinets mounted up. Like I said, 2x4 mounted to the wall to hold your, to be able to set your cabinets down on so they don't slide up and down the wall while you're trying to screw them in. You can leave that there if you want to. I'm gonna take that out just because I was just using it as a holder for the cabinets. screwed the cabinets in. There's 4 screws holding each of those into 2 separate studs, so they should be good. You know, there's not gonna be a whole lot of weight in them, so they should be okay. The only thing I got left to do over here is I bought these under cabinet lights for this area that I'm gonna put underneath the top, underneath this cabinet, and there's actually 3 in this box, and I think the third one I'm gonna run the wiring down the side and mount to the underside of the cabinet, or underside of the workbench, so that the floor down here is lit up, so if I drop anything or while I'm over here working, I can see, you know, underneath the workbench. And I'm eventually gonna get some 2x4s to put across the span of those legs there in order to be able to put stuff up on a shelf there and keep it up off the floor. So let's get these lights mounted up. All right, so I got the lights mounted up. There's gonna be a little bit of change of plans. They're actually not as bright as I thought they were gonna be. This is them, they're dimmable, but this is them turned up all the way. So the light is good light for what I, you know, had in mind for this area, which is like tinkering with little things, because this is kind of like standing height working workbench. So this will be okay lighting for over here as far as brightness goes. But doing 1 and 1 on either side and then the one underneath, there just wasn't enough light. These are in a pack of 3, these lights that I bought. They actually sell them in a pack of 6. So the pack of 6, same wiring, same basic dimmer and power supply and all that stuff. It's just 6 lights instead of the 3. So I'm gonna buy another pack of 3 with the wiring and all that stuff. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and then I'm gonna run the wiring down and run 2 underneath the workbench, like what I talked about, so the area down there is lit up and the floor down there is lit up and stuff like that, like I said, so in case I drop anything on the floor. It's not dark over here, I can see what I'm doing, and also whatever's on that workbench I can see, and if it's a, you know, storage, I can see what I'm looking at down there. So I'm gonna order another set. I ordered these off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description for these. Relatively simple to install. Power brick plugs into the wall. Little snap style connector here. There's a power switch here. Dimmer here. As you can see, they dim out. And then these little brackets here that mount, they're actually screwed into the underside of the cabinet, and then the light itself slides into the brackets. It actually grips like a little groove built into the light. And then this here in the middle is actually a little joining piece that's in the kit that you can put all 3 of them, 6 of them, whatever, together in one strip, and then wires to join them when they're jumping large gaps. These are actually meant to go underneath kitchen cabinets, and kitchen cabinets have a recess up underneath here where you can hide these lights and the wiring and stuff like that. So they're not going to look the greatest underneath here, but I'm more interested in the light than I am about how they look. They give you some wire ties in the box in order to tie these wires up and hide them, but I have some other solutions that I'm gonna use in order to do that. I'm not gonna do it right now though, because I'm gonna wait till I get all the rest of the lights mounted to finish cleaning up all the wiring and everything. Only thing left I have to do in the garage is over here. So I moved everything out of these workbenches on either side that was non-car related and put it in this cabinet on the left. This cabinet's actually all of my household stuff, power tools for, you know, woodworking and stuff like that, paint, light bulbs, stuff like that. Far cabinet is car wash supplies. Like I said, I wanted it as close to the driveway as possible, so you wouldn't have to be making a lot of trips all the way into the garage in order to get car wash stuff out. So car wash supplies over there, household stuff here. Everything in this area over here is going to be automotive stuff, working on cars. Obviously we have my toolbox here that has all my tools in it. This storage cabinet on the left here is all nuts, bolts, hose clamps, washers, screws, O-rings, zip ties, stuff like that. That's all going to be stored in here. I've started organizing. I got a bunch of Rubbermaid containers in here, that old stuff from inside the house that I've started organizing screws into. I bought thread checkers so I can figure out what the thread pitch and the sizes of all this stuff. I'm gonna mark all these containers with what's in them. Bought a label maker as well to do that with. That cabinet's going to be for all of my automotive, like nuts, bolts, little stuff. And then this cabinet over here is going to be for whatever else I need to put in storage. Right now there's some cleaning supplies, trash bags, paper towels, stuff like that stored in one of those drawers. The only other thing I'd love to do with over here is I'm going to build a workbench that comes up over top of these cabinets, that comes up to like toolbox, like regular toolbox height, which is about same height as that workbench over there. So it'll be clean, level all the way across it if I for some reason need to move this toolbox out of here and get another toolbox that's the same height as this without the hutch or the extra middle box. It'll all be one solid level all the way across is my plan. So if I'm kind of future-proofing myself a little bit in case this toolbox needs to leave. But I'm going to do a workbench here and a workbench over there over top of these cabinets. I will do that in a future video. That'll be part 3 of my garage makeover. Just getting everything solidified out here. The other things that I've done is organized all my fluids. This was kind of a shelf just of crap, but I've organized it into all my fluids that I need for working on cars. Coolant, washer fluid, brake fluid. I got some oil filters there for my own personal vehicles. Transmission fluid, gear oil, power steering fluid. And then this shelf here is going to be kind of overflow for stuff, whatever I need storage for. I've also started with this shelf, and then I'm probably going to turn this one, and this shelf, these 3 middle shelves here, into storage for future projects. So anything that's on these shelves is going to be stuff that I have coming up that needs to be done to cars, just so I have it out and it has its own place. It's not just thrown in someplace. So other than that, we're done for right now. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys later.